Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Prison Break. Last time on Prison Break, it was Deal or No Deal, where the gang was on the run after Don sold them out, and they were dealing with Homeland, who pretty much thought they were being criminals, as always. I don't know what that voice was, doesn't matter. Anyway, so Lincoln got captured, and Michael went in alone to deal with Homeland and to strike a deal. However, there was no deal because they were completely ready to bury it all. And luckily, they were saved by, well, technically first by a dude who worked for the company. But then Sucre and Sarah came in and saved them from that guy. So yeah, nobody knows where Mahone is. Meanwhile, Don teamed up with T-Bag to go and use Gretchen to find a new buyer because he was actually going to sell to Fang. However, that's sort of out the window now. But yeah, so he threatened Gretchen with her sister, which I said last episode, like, oh, how did they know about that? But while I was editing, I realized they said something about, like, because T-Bag got the prints on Gretchen, they figured out, I mean, they basically just found the records, basically, of her sister. So, yeah, so they used that, and then Gretchen did get him to a buyer. However, Scylla is not complete because Michael had the foresight to take a piece of Scylla off, just in case. And, yeah, so now Don is going to have to go deal with them again, so... But yeah, that was pretty much that, so I guess let's just go ahead and jump right into this episode of Prison Break. Here we go.
You finished?
So Sucre's got this now. Please got a Bluetooth thing.
Now?
Actually, I'm ready to meet.
I got a better idea.
Whoop! Good dodge! Man, who did that? Was that... Whoop!
You're surrounded. Come out with your piece of Scylla, Michael.
Damn, man.
You first.
That's why he's got the thing. He can't be holding a cell phone.
Gas you out.
Where's Lincoln?
I mean, he ought to be outside. Where's T-Bag? Ooh! Good job. They were ready, but where's T-Bag?
Look, I burned you, right? And I'd apologize, but what's the point?
Nah.
We're all out in the cold now. But we're not gonna be able to hide from the company on a shoestring budget.
Who's the buyer?
He's an ex-company guy with a bone to pick. Just like your father.
Michael? I need to meet him first.
That could be arranged. And just so you know, this wasn't personal, this is just business.
We'll be in touch.
I mean, I believe that. Okay, so now we're going to, at gunpoint, be partners.
Hello, Alex.
Lang?
You came?
Hey, Lang.
Always do, to the detriment of my pay grade.
Nuh.
We find those two within 5 feet of each other anywhere in Los Angeles. And we found Scylla.
That's a good point. Alright, add her there. Oh, right. T-Bag is still at the house.
Don't hurt my little girl. If you have to do something, do it to me.
What do you think I am, a monster?
You're a pedophile and a rapist and a murderer and a
In our
cannibal.
own home.
Excel white. Bold lettering, double embossed. I was Cole Pfeiffer, respected businessman, top salesman in the Northeast region.
I mean, he really liked being somebody, as opposed to
Being prisoner.
being someone. What?
Is this gonna work?
It's like an ultrasound. It can see through everything.
Oh. So they're spying on them and Sucre's spying on them. I love that.
Hey, pop the trunk.
But he's got a thing. He was prepared.
After your trial, the day I came to see you at Fox River,
What about it?
I thought you didn't. I thought you killed Terrence Stedman.
Along with everyone else?
But by the time I left, I knew you were innocent. And I had to get you out of that place. So, however this plays out, I have no regrets.
No regrets. Well, I hope you're right. No regrets. He's doing this himself. Man, throwing it in a trash can isn't great because you're never gonna... Like, who's gonna come empty the trash?
I'm not far. Are you okay?
There's this mean man here.
Mean man.
Emily, baby, do you remember the mean man that used to live with your mommy, Rita? The one that used to yell at you all the time?
Roy,
That's the one. What happened to Roy?
he went to the store one day and never came back.
She killed him, didn't she?
I'm gonna call you in 2 hours with the exact location of the exchange. If you don't hear from me, kill them both.
Suddenly that's a difficult thing for the rapist, pedophile, murderer.
Hi there. My name is Ralph Becker, and I'm
Hi.
selling Bibles to raise money for the Church of the Holy Trinity.
Oh, the church
I
is
wonder if
here.
I could spend 5 minutes of your time and talk about the gospel with you. I'm on a mission.
Yeah, I bet you're on a mission, right?
Oh! Glasses dude. This is the guy we trust.
Lang filled me in. You've got solid gold intel. I don't know if I'm more skeptical of a burnt-out ex-Fed or the mythical cabal known as the Company.
Mythical? Is it
All the
mythical?
way here for a myth?
Yeah. I was gonna say.
We're in escrow here. You gotta come through with the house.
Don't worry, we're getting Scylla.
Hold on, what if the homeless guy next to them is someone?
What's this?
Resignation?
A resignation.
At a time like this.
I wanted a son.
Sir.
Sir, are you really gonna do this in front of everybody?
An hour ago.
Southeastern Military Academy class of '98. How many Bible salesmen you know graduate from a military academy?
I didn't go to Southeast. It was my kid brother's ring. He died in Baghdad last year. It was a car bomb.
Gutsy, now I hope he is company. And this is all just a big twist. I mean, Teabag is basically just done with everything. He wants to get out as much as he can. Alright, so I was wrong about the homeless guy. Oh boy. Good God, it's a homemade bazooka. Yeah, lock the door. Nope! Oh! They're using the homeless people against their... Oh! Jeez! Sucre ain't holding back anymore. Oh! God, that fight is still going. Man, I didn't know I needed... Oh, stitches. I didn't know I needed Sucre versus Gretchen. I'll use the fire extinguisher. Ah! Jeez! Whoop! Oh! Good job, boys. Boys and girls. Bye. Uh-oh, company. Did she really get out of there? That was amazing! And of course they're gonna go after her, they're not gonna go after Link. Aw, Don's already gone. Ah! Oh no! This isn't good. Oh no. Oh, he's really bleeding. Oh, that is not good. That is really not good. Ah, crap.
Like I said before, this is just business.
Oh! Oh, this guy's gonna get hit. Oh no.
Let me get him in the back of the van.
Wait, are these guys company? Well, that's not good. And that's everything. I mean, yeah.
Look, don't be stupid, okay, Gretchen? You're gonna get your daughter back and your money. I'll see you in the car.
Nah. There's still Teabag.
I'm giving him 10 cc's of clonazepam and taking him downstairs. We'll know more soon.
He was taken to a hospital? Wait. Was that Baldwin Sachs? Is he getting him the surgery?
What? We just forget about Scylla. The company's taking Michael. Your friend in government, can he do anything for him?
No, I don't think so.
There's no reason for you to come back, Alex. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
That's pretty bad. Oh. It is Baldwin Sachs. Why? Oh, wait. Perhaps enemy of my enemy. The company needs Michael to get Scylla back. I bet you.
Don't do this.
I told you to go back yonder, okay? You don't want to see this.
Cole Pfeiffer wouldn't do this.
Cole Pfeiffer wouldn't do this.
If you pull that trigger, Cole Pfeiffer's gone forever.
This really is a character arc Teabag is going through.
Weeping may endure through the night,
But joy cometh in the morning. Psalms 35.
Man. He really is a Bible salesman, or he's really committed to his part. Please, I hope he's really just committed to the part. Hold on, he had to T-pose real quick. Teabag had to T-pose.
Now you get in that car right now and you drive far, far away from right here right now, okay?
Here. Take this.
He's gonna let them go.
Rita. Thank you.
Nah. Wow.
Thank you so much.
Ah!
Yeah, I got one.
Ah!
Not Gretchen. It's Bagwell.
He was that committed!
I'm bringing him in.
Yes! Man, props to that guy. He was committed.
You'll never guess who just came through the door.
Nah.
I want to see my brother.
Oh, jeez.
Gretchen, you did it. What I wouldn't give to see the look on the General's face.
What?
Fire's already on the way. Think I'm gonna give this clown 30% for just making introductions?
Man, Don doesn't do anything like people do.
The Attorney General's willing to hear you out.
Well, that's something.
You know, from where I'm sitting, it looked like
Your flight to Dallas leaves in 45 minutes.
Dallas. Where that Supermax was?
there is no meeting with the Attorney General, is there?
Thank you, Felicia, for everything you've done. Everything.
Man, he's getting arrested. And that door doesn't open from the inside.
The price of the operation is the safe return of Scylla. You bring back to me what you stole, and I will make sure Michael gets the finest medical care in the world.
Oh, shit.
The company has science.
What's this?
Added incentive.
Ah, man. Lincoln's gotta make a tough choice. Tombstone 2. Is that it? Ah, that's it. Man, there were like 8 moments during that episode where I was like, it could probably cliffhang here. You know? Alrighty. Man, alright, so I'm assuming, because I can't remember if they stated this or not, and if they did, it would have been so long ago, but I assume that the reason this is Tombstone 2 is because Tombstone 1 was killing Terrence Steadman. Man, Lincoln's got to make a tough choice. Return Scylla to the company, or let Michael die, basically. Oh, boy. Man, it's just... that's difficult, but I like that, especially because this is now on Lincoln, you know? I like that this is now on Lincoln. Like, that's a very interesting... Like, you don't really get that, like... That was actually one of the more interesting things in Season 3, was Lincoln being on the outside of Sona, you know? I like that. It was a good role reversal, and they're doing that again here, which is good. That now, Lincoln has to make this decision to get back Scylla. And this is a tough decision, you know? Although, for Michael, you know? The thing is, I can see Lincoln doing this to save Michael. But of course, if it was Michael's decision, he would die before getting Scylla back to the company, you know? Man, I'm so curious who the buyer is going to be. Like, I feel like... I kind of feel like the buyer, like, they're kind of building him up to be someone important. Like someone we should know. But I don't know who it would be, you know? Like, there's really no one it could be. But man, that... I don't know. I feel like they're kind of building that up, but... Oh, boy. This is tricky. This is tricky. I guess let's sort of group these together. Let's talk about T-Bag first. Okay. On the one hand, this seems like such a weird character arc for T-Bag to be on. On the other hand, I like that he is on a character arc right now, you know? Because it just seems so strange that it's like, well, you know, he liked being somebody. He liked having a suit. He liked having a good job. He liked being Cole Pfeiffer, you know? The best salesman in the Northeast. No, the Northwest. I think it was the Northwest, actually. I don't remember. One of the best salesmen in a part of the North. There you go. And it's interesting that he really liked that. He liked being somebody instead of being someone. He was done being Theodore Bagwell, which I guess if anything... excuse me, hang on. Oh, God. There we go. I guess if anything, you know, he's really been strung through some stuff this season, you know? Because every previous season, you know, he's always looking out for number one. He's always, you know, trying to, you know, he'll screw people over if it means, you know, he's safe, you know? It was that way in Fox River. It was that way when it came to the money. It was that way in Sona, you know? But this season, you know, it's also just the thing of he had all of Lechero's money, you know? He had Lechero's money, he had Lechero's girl, he had Lechero's prison, and he was out. He got out of that prison, and he was free. But it's his personal vendetta. It's this grudge, this hatred of Michael Scofield that drug him back in, you know? Where he was perfectly free. And that's something that not many characters have had in this show. Not many characters have had that. They've gotten close. A good example is at the end of Season 2 with Mahone. Mahone was actually very close. He had the money, he had the boat, he was ready to get going, you know? He was ready to get going. But it was Michael who, you know, framed him with the heroin or cocaine or whatever it was on the boat. That's how he got arrested and put into Sona, you know? But he was probably the closest, you know, the next closest to freedom that there was. But T-Bag did it. He did it. And to an extent, you could say the same thing about Sucre and Bellic, you know? They had their freedom, but they were brought in. They were brought in just like... they were brought in, and they had to be on this team, and Bellic died because of it, you know? But T-Bag had freedom. And if anything, it was his own choices that brought him to this place, you know? His own choices brought him to this place. Taking Whistler's book and taking his identity of Cole Pfeiffer because he thought, well, if this leads to the company, that will lead to Michael. But he just got way too involved. I mean, remember, this is Theodore Bagwell, you know? This is the guy who was, you know, the pedophile, rapist, murderer at Fox River, you know? This is the guy who, while he was able to, you know, he joined the crew to get out, but he joined because that's just how it happened, you know? He stumbled into it because he wanted to kill that cop, you know? Because the original team for Fox River was supposed to be Michael Lincoln. Presumably Michael planned on his cellmate, which would have been Sucre, Westmoreland, and Abruzzi. And he only needed those two for the money and a plane, you know? Everyone else was extra. And that included T-Bag. And for a while, he kept things pretty down low. He kind of did his own thing, you know? He went after the money. He went after the money, and he tried until eventually he got slightly caught up in company stuff, until eventually he was arrested. But then it's here. He got back into it. And when he had that moment of, oh, a life of freedom, I was somebody, you know? I was somebody. And damn if I had stayed in Panama, maybe I could have just stayed somebody, you know? Or if I had just never come back to the States, I could have stayed as somebody. I could have gone, remade my life. But instead, I went back north of the border in pursuit of Michael Scofield. And that's how he got involved with Gretchen. And wrong place, wrong time. That's how he got involved with Dawn. That's how he ended up, putting a gun to a kid's head. And all of this that has happened made him so suspicious that he thought a Bible salesman was company. He was. To his credit, he was right, but still. All this crap, and now he's going to be brought in. He could have been somebody, and I do like that moment where, because he wanted to be somebody. He wanted to be Cole Pfeiffer. He didn't want to be Theodore Bagwell anymore, And it's kind of the same thing of, you see moments like that in the show. In season 1, when we see his backstory, you see he was just trying to be, Teddy. He wasn't trying to be T-Bag, but that didn't last. He tried with that one woman in Utah in season 2, but that didn't last. He tries to just be a normal person, but it just doesn't work. And so when he tried to be Cole Pfeiffer, and luckily, Rita and Emily, they got away. He let them go, but instead he was bested by a company agent being a Bible salesman. I love that. I love that so much. And it just kind of makes sense. Like, clearly, so this guy clearly, like, he was raised in a religious household, He must have been raised in a religious household. He was, studying, the Bible so much that he can quote the Bible like that. So he just plays that to his strength. Like, that is his strength. It's like, I know all this Bible stuff. I can pass as a Bible salesman. Like, I love that cover. I love the commitment to it. I love that he can quote the Bible to T-Bag to make it even that more convincing. What would be even more hilarious is if he wasn't religious. He was never religious. If he literally studied the Bible just for this one act that he could put on, I love it. I love T-Bag was right. And then he was convinced that he wasn't. And then he was right. And then he got... It's one of those things, like, you almost feel bad for him. You almost feel bad for T-Bag. Mainly just because you just want to see this guy go. Like, you don't care where if he goes off or if, you want him to maybe turn over a new leaf. You don't want him to go out and be, the Alabama monster that he used to be. You want him to go out and not hurt anybody. Even though at the same time, yes, he is a terrible criminal. He's a rapist and a pedophile and a murderer. So, it's sort of a double-edged sword. Like, on the one hand, yes, it's, this guy did terrible things and now terrible things are happening to him. On the other hand, it's like, cut this guy some break in terms of the company. Like, this is a guy who should never have been involved with the company, but that is what season 4 did. It brought him into the company storyline, And it's just hilarious to do that, I love doing that, because you can easily do that. Sarah, Lincoln, Sucre, Bellick being on the team, You can have these characters who get involved in the company because of Michael. But T-Bag being a part of the company, it's just hilarious, Or being part of the company plot, So there's that. That was probably more than I needed to talk about T-Bag's character arc, but here we are. Let's see. We had everything with no regrets. No regrets. And I guess that could be another part that plays into the decision Lincoln will make, Because I can see Lincoln saying, no, I can't let Michael die. I'll have to do this, But at the same time, he knows that Michael would not approve of this, Getting Scylla back to the company to save his life, you know? And just thinking about, you know, how that would weigh on his consciousness forever, probably, you know? So it's a very tough decision that Lincoln will have to make. But I like how Michael says, you know, because it's the same thing of if Michael died doing all of this, the guilt and, you know, how that will weigh on Lincoln for the rest of his life, you know? But I like how he says, you know, whatever happens, I have no regrets. I have no regrets with, you know, breaking you out of Fox River, or doing any of this, or going against the company. Whatever happens, I am ready, you know? And I like that. That was a good... and I can't help but think of the no regret story of Attack on Titan, you know? Which is probably one of the best stories they told in Attack on Titan. But that was the thing, you know, is that, slight spoiler alert, I guess, is that, you know, Levi, he basically loses people close to him, and Commander Erwin says, no, don't regret what you've done, you know? Because you could easily be like, well, if we hadn't done this, if we hadn't joined in this, they wouldn't be dead, you know? Is this my fault and stuff? And Commander Erwin says, no, don't have any regrets. Don't let this eat away at you, you know? And yeah, with everything, you know, Michael chose to save Lincoln, you know? And everything that has happened since, I mean, so many things have happened since. But in everything, Michael has no regrets. Michael has no regrets. So, will that play into Lincoln's decision? We will just have to see. Meanwhile, unfortunately, Mahone is being taken in by Mark. Man, freaking glasses, dude. He gives people with glasses a bad name, you know? Because it's just, I get why he doesn't like Mahone, obviously, but like, and see, I would have thought Mahone pretty much knew what was going to happen, you know? Or I almost thought, like, you know, it's like, well, there's not going to be any deal. He's not going to go see the Attorney General, so Mark is just going to bring him in, you know? I thought for a second that Lang would be like, all right, you know, hit me and then run, you know? Like, I thought she was going to let him go, but nope. Mahone's been arrested, so there's a problem. Oh, well. We had the fight at the hotel. Man, again, Sucre versus Gretchen. I was not expecting that to be such a good fight. Like, he was fucking wailing on her, and then she turns around and does the exact same thing. Like, that was ridiculous. That was such a great fight, and her hitting his stitches and stuff from where he got shot. Like, that was a really good fight, and I love they just, like, kept chucking Gretchen downstairs. I don't know why that was really funny, but yeah, that was a really good fight. I really enjoyed that. Oh, man. But yeah, Michael went down. Don got all of Scylla back. Don got all of Scylla, and he's ready to sell. And he killed Vic, the dude. He killed the dude. And on the one hand, I understand where he's coming from, but my god, Don doesn't do anything like you're supposed to, and I really like that. Like, every time when it's like, oh no, you know, I want to talk to Gretchen, I don't want to talk to you, and it's like, hey, I'm the guy here, like, which this has always been his character, is like, hey, I'm the guy, you know? Even when he was still a good guy, it was always like, hey, I'm the guy in charge, you know, and if you do anything, you're gonna have to deal with me. And like, every time he's done that, it's never been that convincing, which just makes it all the more interesting. So yeah, it's like, I understand why he killed the guy, but Gretchen's like, dude, we need him to talk to the buyer. And it's like, I'm not giving him 30% just for introductions. Like, you son of a bitch. Like, I don't know. It's funny. It's funny. It makes sense, but on the one hand, it's like, dude, trust in what Gretchen is telling you to do, man. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, well. But yeah, so we'll have to see who the buyer is. I feel like, I don't know, it can't be like, I doubt like the dad is still alive or something, but I don't know, they're kind of like building up this buyer, like, who's it gonna be, but I don't know. And then, yeah, Michael was captured by the company, and they are ready to excise the tumor, to give him the operation. But it's all dependent on if Lincoln can get Scylla back from Dawn and give it to them, which is a very difficult choice that he'll have to make, you know? But it might be interesting. It'll be interesting. You know, Lincoln doesn't do too many plans, but it would be interesting to see what plan he could think of to make sure that Michael gets the surgery, but then they somehow still screw over the company. I don't know. Can you copy Scylla itself? I don't know. We'll have to see, but yeah. Tombstone 2. We'll just have to see what he's gonna do. But yeah, really, really good episode. Really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Prison Break reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.